Okay, you brought us a beautiful work of art. Now, what can you tell me about it?
My dad purchased it in 1990.
Okay.
And it's an original. It's called La Primatique.
Okay.
And that's really all I know about it.
Okay, but we know you know it's an Erté.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Romain de Turthoff is the artist's actual name.
Oh.
And when he was in France, he decided to go by his initials, RT. Well, in English, that's RT, but in French, it's Erté.
Mm.
So that's where he came up with his pen name.
Okay.
So what we have here is what we call a gouache, which is like a watercolor. It's basically without the water. So it's the body color without it being mixed with water. So it gives it that thicker quality. It's not translucent. It's a nice work. We think it was dated, they told you around 1945, which is about right. Stylistically, that's what it looks like. Now, Erté, he was a fashion designer. He did covers for Harper's Bazaar, Vogue, all sorts of, he was an illustrator, set designer, costume designer. This appears to me to be a costume design, probably for a play.
Oh,
now,
okay.
There's some very interesting, very minute writing, which we weren't able to read, but it certainly appears to be a specific design for a specific play. Now we're going to flip it around and we'll look at some of the notation that we have. That'll tell us a little bit more. So we have his stamp, and then his name, Romain de Turthoff, but Erté. The number, now this is what you're reading as primatique, but that's not a word, so we're not sure exactly. I think it might say dramatique, which would make more sense for a play.
Okay.
And then what I think is probably potentially the name of the model, Aimé de, we're not sure what it reads.
Okay.
Kind of hard to decipher. Both are hard to decipher. I wish we could figure that out. So, and then it says composition originale, so original composition. Most of these that we see are lithographs. Most of his works are signed lithographs, prints. So it's neat to see an original. Now, in terms of valuation, what is key, I'm going to flip it back around. What is key with his works is knowing what the play is, or what it was designed for. So it's kind of important that we figure that out. Maybe show it to different people. Don't tell them what you think it says, because that'll put that in their mind, and they'll just see primatique. Say, what do you think this reads? And eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to figure out a little bit more with a little more research. But so far, I couldn't make it out. And I showed it to a few people, other experts, they couldn't make it out either.
Okay.
So with his values, when it is of a particular play, they can be quite valuable. When we don't know, and a lot of times they don't have that information, so at least we have the information. Hopefully, again, we'll figure it out.
Right.
His values without that information, not knowing, $2,000 to $4,000 at the most. However, if we can pinpoint the play, $10,000 to $25,000. So there's a pretty broad range. But now, what did your father pay for it?
He paid 12.
Okay. Well, that's okay in the sense that potentially, if we can figure it out, it could be worth that and more.
Yeah.
But as it is, we're going to need to do some more research. I've taken some photos.
Okay.
I'm going to show it around as well, and then maybe at one point we'll be able to ascertain what play it was and give you more of a concrete value.
Okay.
But it's beautiful. It's in great condition. I like the way it was framed for your father. Having the notation is really a great thing. So we at least have that down. But again, probably known 10 to 20 range, and then unknown 2 to 4.
Okay.
I think we're going to figure it out so we can push that 2 to 4 away and push in the 10 to 20.
Okay.
So,
Sounds
well, thank
great.
you for bringing it.
Well, thank
it's a wonderful
you.
piece.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.